G'day Earth explorers, let's dig in. Alrighty mates, strap on your adventure boots and grab your imaginary shovels. Today we're not just scratching the surface, we're taking a fair dinkum journey right into the guts of planet Earth. Don't worry, there's no need for a passport or sunscreen. We're going to dig deep, from the crust all the way to the fiery core, and have a ripper of a time while we're at it. Ever wondered what's under your feet, besides the odd ant or two? The Earth's insides are a wild place, packed with layers, each more bonzer than the last. Most of us only see the top bit, dirt, grass, maybe a kangaroo hopping by. But there's a whole world under that, just waiting to be explored. Think of it like a giant Aussie meat pie. There's the crispy crust on top, then the gooey filling, and right in the middle, the hottest, sauciest bit of all. That's the core. Each layer has its own secrets and stories, and we're about to uncover them one by one. So, let's not muck about. Get ready to journey from the cool crust, through the sizzling mantle, and all the way to the blazing core. Crikey, this is going to be a beauty of an adventure. First up, we've got the crust. Now, don't go thinking of pizza just yet, though I won't blame you if you do. The crust is Earth's outermost layer. It's the thinnest bit, like the skin on a custard tart, but it holds everything we know and love. Oceans, cities, rainforests, deserts, and even your local footy field. This layer is where all the action happens. Mountains poke up through it, rivers carve canyons, and volcanoes occasionally blow their tops. If you've ever climbed a mountain or swum in the sea, you've been hanging out on the crust. It's a busy place, full of natural wonders and the odd outback critter. But here's a fun fact. Even though it feels rock solid, Earth's crust is actually incredibly thin compared to the rest of the planet. In some places, it's only as thick as a couple of Vegemite sandwiches stacked together. Under the oceans, it's even skinnier. So, next time you're lying on the grass staring at the clouds, remember, you're resting on a wafer-thin layer that's just the start of Earth's wild interior. Everything we build or grow sits right here, on this remarkable toasty blanket. Now let's get cracking. Literally. Earth's crust isn't one big solid slab. Nope, it's made up of massive chunks called tectonic plates. Imagine a jigsaw puzzle spread out across a soccer field, except the pieces are always moving. Sometimes they drift apart, sometimes they crash together, and sometimes they even slide past each other like two cheeky wallabies in a race. These tectonic plates are always on the move, but don't worry, they're not about to sneak off while you're not looking. Their slow shuffle is what causes earthquakes, builds mountains, and even opens up new oceans over millions of years. Talk about a long game of musical chairs. Australia itself sits on one of these giant plates, and that's why we get the odd rumble now and then. But compared to other parts of the world, we're pretty lucky. No massive earthquakes or erupting volcanoes in our backyard. Still, these plates are the reason the continents drifted apart and why the world looks the way it does today. So, next time you stub your toe on a rock, just remember, it's all part of the planet's giant, ever-moving jigsaw. The crust may seem steady, but deep down, it's always in motion. Fair go. Mother Nature never sleeps. Alright mates, time to dig a little deeper. Under the crust lies the mantle. If the crust is the crunchy bit of your meat pie, then the mantle is the piping hot filling. It's the thickest layer of Earth, stretching down for nearly 3,000 kilometers. Now that's deeper than the longest didgeridoo. The mantle isn't solid like the crust. It's more like a giant, slow-moving blob of hot rock. Imagine a pot of porridge bubbling away on the stove, but instead of oats, it's full of minerals and magma. This gooey layer is always churning, just out of reach beneath our feet. Temperatures in the mantle get seriously toasty, thousands of degrees. It's so hot, rocks here can actually flow, though they move slower than a sleepy koala. But don't worry, you won't fall in if you dig a hole in your backyard. The crust keeps us safely separated from this molten mess. The mantle is Earth's engine room. It powers volcanoes, shifts continents, and cooks up all sorts of geological surprises. Without the mantle, our planet would be a dull, frozen rock. Instead, we've got a world that's alive and kicking, thanks to this incredible, gooey middle. Let's talk about one of the mantle's cheekiest tricks, volcanoes. Ever seen a volcano erupt on TV and thought, Crikey, that's wild. You can thank the mantle for that explosive entertainment. Down here, the heat and pressure are so intense that rocks melt into magma. When this magma finds a crack in the crust, it shoots up like a bottle of shaken-up soft drink. Sometimes the mantle gets a bit too excited and forces magma to the surface, where it erupts as lava. It's like the earth having a bit of a burp, messy, noisy, and very hard to clean up. Volcanoes can build whole islands, change the weather, and even create new land over time. The next time you see a volcano on the news, just imagine the mantle underneath, bubbling away like a giant cauldron. Every eruption is Earth's way of letting off steam. It's dramatic, dangerous, and a little bit dazzling, all thanks to that gooey layer below. Of course, Australia doesn't have many active volcanoes these days, but our Kiwi neighbours across the ditch sure do. So, if you ever visit New Zealand, keep an eye out for those fiery mountains. Just another reminder of the mantle's mighty power. Okay, explorers, grab your snorkels. Just kidding, you'd need a heat-proof suit for this next bit. Below the mantle, we hit the outer core. Now, this is where things really start to sizzle. The outer core is a swirling sea of molten iron and nickel, as hot as a summer day in the outback, but you know, a million times toastier. This layer is all liquid, and it never sits still. The molten metal flows around constantly, creating electric currents. It's like a giant spinning disco ball deep under your feet, only instead of flashing lights, it's all hot metal and no music. But what it does is nothing short of magical. The movement in the outer core is super important. It helps create something we all rely on, even if we can't see it, Earth's magnetic field. More on that in a tick. For now, just imagine a fiery ocean beneath the solid ground, swirling and spinning, keeping the planet's engine running. No one's ever visited the outer core. It's way too hot and deep. But scientists use clever tricks, like studying earthquakes and magnetic fields, to figure out what's going on down there. Talk about detective work. If you thought the outer core was hot, wait till you meet the inner core. This is the planet's deepest, most secretive bit. It's a solid ball of iron and a bit of nickel, squeezed tight by all the layers above. And get this, it's even hotter than the surface of the sun. That's right, hotter than a Barbie on Christmas Day. The inner core is about 1,200 kilometers across. Imagine a giant cricket ball, only made of solid metal and glowing from the heat. It doesn't melt because the pressure is so enormous, it keeps everything packed tight like a tin of sardines. If sardines were made of iron and could survive thousands of degrees. This little dynamo is always spinning. Scientists reckon it might even spin a bit faster than the rest of the planet. That's one speedy ball of metal. And while you'll never see it, the inner core is working hard every day to keep Earth ticking along. So, while you're enjoying the cool breeze up top, remember, far below, there's a super hot iron heart keeping our world alive. Now that's something worth raising a glass of lemonade to. Now let's talk about one of Earth's coolest tricks, the magnetic field. Thanks to the spinning, swirling metal in the core, our planet has an invisible force field. It's like Earth's very own superhero cape, protecting us from nasty stuff flying in from space. The magnetic field shields us from solar radiation, which can be as dangerous as a crock in a billabong. Without it, the sun's rays would fry our gadgets, mess with our weather, and make life pretty miserable. Lucky for us, the core's always on the job, keeping those cosmic nasties at bay. You might not see the magnetic field, but you can spot its effects. Ever seen the Southern Lights or Aurora Australis lighting up the night sky? That's solar particles getting zapped by Earth's magnetic shield, nature's own fireworks show. So next time you use a compass or see those dancing lights, give a silent cheer for the core. It's the unsung hero, working 24/7 to keep our planet safe, sound, and spinning. Well, mates, we've come to the end of our underground adventure. From the crust, where we live and play, to the mantle's bubbling mischief, and all the way down to the blazing core, Earth's layers are nothing short of legendary. Each one has its own job, its own quirks, and its own way of shaping our world. The crust is our home base, thin but tough, holding everything from skyscrapers to sand dunes. The mantle keeps things lively, cooking up volcanoes and shifting continents. And deep down the core, both outer and inner, keeps our planet spinning, protected and full of surprises. So next time you're out bushwalking or just kicking back with your mates, spare a thought for the incredible world beneath your feet. There's a lot more going on down there than meets the eye, hotter, wilder, and more mysterious than anything on the surface. Crikey, what a journey. The Earth isn't just a rock floating in space. It's a living, breathing, ever-changing marvel, and we're lucky as lizards to call it home. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and never stop digging for answers.